Hi and welcome to another video. I've been putting this one off for a long time. In fact, it's been about 7 years I put this one off. So I don't know what the title is yet because I haven't done it, but when it's uploaded it will have a title. So it's either going to be my amalgam fillings or my amalgam filling health nightmare, or no, I don't know. Don't have them. I don't know. So we'll see. So this video is about my experience with amalgam fillings, mercury fillings basically. Before we start this video, I am not a health professional and this is not a medical advice. Right, got that out of the way. Okay, so it's a long story, but I think it needs telling from the beginning. To get all the information from it, and so that you can make a proper decision at the end if you want to. I will snip this into, I will put like timestamps at the bottom, so if you want to just skip to how I healed, that will be on there for you. Still healing, by the way, but much better. Okay, so amalgam fillings. They are a mixture of silver, some other metals, maybe a bit of nickel, and mercury. So the ratio is, I think, about 50-50 silver mercury, but who knows? A lot of mine were different, I think. Yes, so they put that in your teeth if you've got need a filling. And I had quite poor teeth health when I was a child. So I had quite a few silver fillings, as they call them, but they're not, they're mercury. So, sorry, I've got a bit of a cough. I've got a wisdom tooth coming through here. That's actually rosacea, it's not heated or anything like that, but it's causing me to have a gravelly throat. Right, so about 11, I had my first filling, right at the top here, actually one of these mercury fillings. I was okay, I was fine. It wasn't pleasant, as you can imagine. The first thing I noticed was I couldn't have anything really metal in my mouth, or if I touched it with a fork, or you know, if you've got the Kit Kat wrappers, this is if you're British, you have foil, aluminium foil on them. If that hit it, oh god, like electric shock goes through you, it's horrible. So that was something, but I just need to avoid those things, so it's fine. Then as I get older, I get a few more, and to the point where in my mid-20s, I think I had 14 in total. Yeah, 14 amalgam fillings, and they didn't think at any point that that would be an issue. There is no safe level of mercury in your system. 0 is safe. I don't care if anyone wants to argue with me on that one. It's bound, it's because it's with the silver, it becomes solid. Bullshit. Bullshit. There's videos out there that prove that even having a hot drink when you've got amalgam fillings, vapours are released. Bullshit. Okay, so yeah, there is 0 safe limit for mercury in your system, and let alone anywhere near your brain. So this all in here, there's your brain. It's not good common sense, and in a lot of European countries it's banned. It's been banned for 10 plus years. So why we're still doing it here in the UK is beyond me. It's ridiculous, and there's much better alternatives out there. So anyway, symptoms. So about 15 I started to get anxiety. There was no reason for it, just out of the blue, just started feeling anxious. Into early 20s maybe, just 20 really. Started to feel strange feelings, palpitations, flutteries, not nice. And then started getting numbness. So if I leaned on something, very quick to go numb, tingling in the fingers, tingling in the toes, horrible. Didn't think anything of it. I just thought, oh, I'm getting older, these things happen, blah, blah, blah. Had 2 children and then got SVTs. So I think people talk a lot about POTS SVT is slightly different, a little bit more scary. SVT is I would get up if I was a little bit hot and bothered or tired or anything like that, and my heart would like make this boom and then would go around 200 beats per minute. It was horrific. And it feels, you get major anxiety because your heart's going. And the first time I had it, I think it lasted a good 20 minutes because I didn't know how to stop it. So I now know how to stop that, but touch wood, I haven't had it now for at least nearly 2 years. So that's definitely been healed, and it's been a lot better. So at first it was horrific. The way I used to stop it is to splash my face with cold water, which makes you gasp, and then it would boom again, and then it would reset back to a normal rhythm, but I'd be completely zonked for the rest of the day, absolutely knackered. I started to get chronic fatigue syndrome, just really tired all the time, could hardly move. And the other thing is I could never manage my weight properly, and if I lost weight, I'd get worse symptoms. So a lot of toxic heavy metals are stored in fat. So when you start to lose weight, they come out, you get more symptoms. So it made me scared of even trying to lose weight. So fast forward a little bit to, I think it's 2011, 2012, and things got pretty bad. I'd lost quite a bit of weight through some stress. I could hardly hold my head up. So I remember having a cup of tea, and just afterwards, so the hot tea on my amalgams, I was like, I have to use my hands to hold my head up. It was horrendous. And then I got some white patches. So they're all on my tongue, on the edges, exactly where all my bottom and top amalgam fillings were. So I go to the dentist, and she sends me to the hospital. The hospital tell me it's lichen planus, I think that's how you say it, and I'm allergic to mercury. No shit, Sherlock. Everyone is. So I ask him for a letter stating that I'm allergic to mercury so I can have these all removed and replaced, and he advised me that's not a good idea, and no, he won't write a letter. This is where it's all very dodgy. Dentists know, but they won't do anything about it. It opens up a whole can of worms, I assume, and so they wouldn't get them replaced. So I did it myself. Not literally pulling out fillings. Oh God, that'd be horrible. No, so first of all, I sought out a holistic dentist. There's one in Manchester, Daniel Sutcliffe, I think his name is. Fantastic. And I had the two biggest removed first, and he did it properly with a dam. And they take away the air from when you're having it removed, because as soon as you add heat to that, the mercury becomes a vapour and you can get more ill. So after that, I had a couple small ones done. I would space it out a few months to recover because my symptoms would get a little bit worse. And then when I started to recover again, I had them all removed periodically over a period of time. I think my last one, I was quite poorly actually, so I went back to Daniel Sutcliffe. I didn't have it in my regular dentist, and he removed the last one in 2016. As they were being removed, the electrical current in it was weird. You can't even describe it. It was weird. I've actually been left with what they call an amalgam tattoo. So just here on one of my gums, there's greyness where a very poor dentist, not my current dentist, tried to fill a tooth. He overfilled it, it cracked, and it leaked and stained my gum. Hopefully that'll go one day, I don't know. Sorry, I'm a little bit sad about this. It makes me angry. This is why it's been so long until I could actually talk about it on camera, but I think if I can just help one person feel a lot better and explain why they feel like they feel, because everyone tells you, oh, we don't know why you don't have IBS, why you have chronic fatigue, why you have MS, why you have ME. Check them out. Right, so to heal, had them all out periodically. Took my time because that's important. didn't feel great straight away. It takes time. You have to detox. Now, at the time, this was 12 years ago plus, I didn't know how to detox properly, so I probably haven't properly. There was lots of very complicated ways of doing it, chelation and other things that I researched, and it was very expensive as well. So that just wasn't for me. I did use charcoal, so every day that I would go and get a filling removed, I couldn't even find charcoal powder. It's everywhere now, so that's great. Or chocolate tablets, so I had to have charcoal biscuits. I bought them from a local health food shop, and I would eat those so that would bind to any heavy metals that got released into my system, and they would come out. So then recently, my body has naturally detoxed. That's what it does. It's phenomenal. It will do that. It will get rid of this stuff if it can. It will. It's amazing piece of machinery, and you should really look after it. And we're not told enough about how to look after it, and we're bombarded every day with things we shouldn't be doing with it that hinder its progress, but it'll still try and heal every single day. Where was I going with that? Such a long story. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't do much detoxing, but recently I really want to, because the symptoms that's right, so the symptoms have come down. They're very mild. My SVT is hopefully gone. Fingers crossed. I haven't had one in a long time. And the last one I had was very mild, so it only went up about 100. Probably went up to about 100 rather than 200 before. But I have still got some mild symptoms. This rosacea is a symptom of toxic heavy metals, getting sinus infections. I haven't had one in a while either, but that is a symptom. Tingles, heart palpitations, anxiety, depression. There's a whole list. You can look it up. It's not hard to find the information. Other weird things is weird dreams, hallucinations, not brain fog, anything like that. So I've still got mild things like that, and dizziness, and so I wanted to heal it properly. So I looked it up again, because obviously things have moved on a bit since when I did it originally, and I came across the medical medium. Now, whatever, before you go, oh, he's believing spirits, talking to him, all of this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Stop judging people just because they don't align 100% with what you want them to, because the information that he's got is pretty spot on, to be fair. Healing with food. It's massive, and making sure you're getting the right herbs and supplements and stuff to help you detox. Your body's doing it anyway. Phenomenal. It will do it. It just takes a longer period of time. And if you can help it with your food and your lifestyle, why not? Get there quicker. Perfect. And it doesn't matter what people believe. If they've got good information, take what you want, leave the rest. It's easy. So, big glass of lemon juice in the morning. You can find all this information on his, and I'd rather you went there. I don't want to repeat what he's doing, because go to him. He's got great information, and he's got lots of books, and yeah, it's there. So the other thing, so 15 minutes after I've had my lemon juice, I have a big glass of celery juice. I get a lot of people saying, well, it's got to be organic, and actually this is the thing about organic and conventional and stuff, and people who avoid normal fruit and veg just because, pesticides or whatever. If it's alive, so you get big celery and it looks in good condition, and it's, well, not alive, but it's in good condition. I suppose it is still living. I don't know, debatable. Whatever you think, tell me in the comments. But it looks good and it's looking healthy. Then it's detoxed. Plants detox themselves as well. So don't worry about it. Wash it, juice it, because it's the benefits absolutely outweigh any negativity that's there. And when people say, oh, I'm going to, the other way around, no, crap, again. It's okay, and it will be fine, and your body's very good at detoxing those things, and so's the vegetables and things like that. If it looks dead, don't eat it. Basically, while you're healing, just, he says the three main culprits to cut out are gluten, eggs and dairy. Again, he can go into that. You can go and find that there. I'm not going to go into it. But I have been avoiding those things and I have felt better. And then I've been doing a heavy metal detox smoothie, which is wild blueberries. Americans call it cilantro, we call it coriander. A big bunch of that, put in there a banana or two to sweeten it up and give you some glucose. And then it's Atlantic dulse powder, barley wheatgrass powder, juiced. It's like barley wheatgrass juice powder, and spirulina. So there was a little bit of talk about that years ago, how spirulina definitely helps you detox and stuff. So I'm giving it a go. Is it perfect? I don't know. But I have had a better diet. Like the last 7 years I have been mostly plant-based. So I eat mostly just fruit and vegetables. I have eaten the odd bit of eggs, dairy and meat. It is what it is. But I do try to stick to more plant-based meals and home-cooked meals as well. So I think that's made a big difference. Whether you want to try the medical medium or not depends how severe your symptoms are. I just want to get rid of these last little ones because I just want them gone. And I know my body's already healing. I'm just giving it some help. I've seen it. I thought, do you know what? It's worth a try. It's going to do no harm. Blueberries, bananas and herbs, it can't do any harm. So it can only do good. So that's what I've been doing. Do I think you should have your mercury fillings removed? Yes and no. Depends how severe your symptoms are, if you want them gone. I mean, at the end of the day, while they're in there, they're not doing any good. But you just got to do, you know, trust your own intuition. Go into a meditation, do what you've got to do to figure out, you know, speak to yourself and find out what works best for you, because I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I found the information and got rid of it. I was told somewhere, or someone, I can't remember, years ago, that lynch implant stuff is, it's either a pre-cancer or a precursor to cancer, whatever. And who knows how far it would have gone. I had some thyroid issues as well at one point, Hashimoto's, going between hypo and hyper. It's not pleasant, and if there's a root cause, why take a drug for the rest of your life when you can get rid of the root cause? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So there we go, that's my story on that one. Find the root cause. Instead of going to the doctors, and I've lost a lot of faith, I must admit, going through what I went through, because nobody wanted to help, and I was spent over £2,500 getting all these fillings removed. They would not do it for free. No matter what I said, that guy would not write me a letter to say that I was allergic to mercury and that I needed those fillings out. And when you mention it, they all go quiet. Not a word. They don't want to discuss it. They don't want to talk about it. And I actually honestly believe my original dentist, when I was a child, was putting in fillings that weren't needed to be there just to make money. That's what it's all about. It's all about money. And your health is not as important as money is. And I'm not saying doctors and nurses and all the rest of it are bad, but I'm saying that sometimes they're not quite looking enough or looking deep enough to see what's going on. Because we should not be this unhealthy as a generation. And there's stuff that's going on that should be banned. And that's why I'm talking, that's why I'm speaking out, because if Sweden have banned it for years, amalgam fillings that is, why haven't we? It's a question. Right, so I'll carry on drinking my celery juice, which, by the way, actually gets nicer after a while. you quite enjoy it. And then about half an hour after this, I'll have my detox smoothie, and then I can carry on my day as I want to. But actually I've been quite good at eating mostly fruit, apples and potatoes and sweet potatoes and things, and soups. It's winter here in the UK at the moment, so lovely warming soups are always great. And yeah, it's been really good. I'll probably do another video when I've finished it, but it's going to be a few months, so, and I'll give you some feedback. But yeah, any questions, I'm happy to answer most of them in the bottom. Please don't give me any grief. This is my opinion, my experience. So you can just scroll on by. All right, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.